as Thomas sees it, in the South, you have a lot of scared people that don't know much about a union because they've been raised to be against a union. But the big three strikes make now a great time for the UAW to ramp up organizing, including at non-union plants. Another thing about the UAW strike that has been important, and we saw this with the Teamsters at UPS. Actually, we saw Amazon workers, being inspired by the things that the Teamsters won at UPS, and now we are seeing non-union auto workers being inspired by what the UAW is poised to win at the big three automakers. This came out in NBC. The reporter talked to a few non-union auto workers across the South, and they gave their thoughts, and it's really, really heartening. James Bryant, this is from the article, a vehicle inspector at a Nissan plant in Canton, Mississippi, the one that they lost the union election a few years ago, said he and his colleagues discussed the latest strike developments before work and during their breaks, hoping enough teammates will become galvanized to unionize their own facility. I think they're doing the right thing, Bryant, 51, said of the strikers. If they don't, these companies are just going to keep doing whatever it is they want to do. So really, really cool there. And then Fain Fain basically backed up some of these comments that we're seeing, online and from non-union auto workers. Shawn Fain said that, quote, the response from auto workers at non-union companies has been overwhelming. Hundreds of workers across the country, from the West to the Midwest, and especially the South, are reaching out to join our movement and join the UAW. And that is huge. And that's how society that will really be able to shift society, is by bringing more people into the labor movement and by bringing more bosses and more companies to heel. They've had free reign for just way too long. But the Bryant at the Nissan plant, he said that a lot of his coworkers, they just freeze up and get scared at the prospect of unionizing. They mentioned that in 2017, the effort to unionize was soundly defeated. They were told if we got a union, this is Bryant, the plant was going to close and move to Mexico and all these different things. We tried, we lost, and we just moved forward. And so hopefully they're able to get this back going again, and there's going to be they have a different result, and so that would be a very, very big deal. They quoted a non-union auto worker from Hyundai in Alabama. Conbralius Thomas said he and some of his colleagues have been trying to get the UAW down to the Hyundai assembly plant in Montgomery, Alabama, where he has worked for 11 years. He criticized the plant's rules around paid time off and said the company hasn't sufficiently boosted pay for taking on new responsibilities. I wish we were in a position where we could strike right now, said Thomas, who added that he has been involved in UAW organizing amid the union's post-scandal restructuring. So really, as Thomas sees it, in the South, you have a lot of scared people that don't know much about a union because they've been raised to be against a union. But he said the big three strikes make now a great time for the UAW to ramp up organizing, including at non-union plants. The UAW flies under the radar real stealth-like. They do it to the point where it hurts them. If they made more noise, I think it would encourage people. And so I think they're making a lot of noise now, and I'm looking forward to seeing folks like him unionize at their plants. And this is how, this is how we make society better for everybody. And this is how unions make society better for everybody, is they inspire other people to win some of the things that they are getting at their own workplaces. And even where the other people are not able to unionize their own facilities, the non-union companies have to compete with these union companies for workers, and so they have to raise their wages as well. And that's why in areas with higher union density, non-union wages are higher. And so, really good stuff that we're seeing. Appreciated that article from NBC shedding a light on some of this stuff from the non-union auto sector. And you can bet we will be in touch with some folks at the UAW to maybe talk to some of these folks at Hyundai and see what they've got going on down there. I've really appreciated the cooperation of the UAW when we were wanting to talk to some of those folks at the Tuscaloosa ZF manufacturing plant who are on strike right now. They were really cooperative in getting us a guest on to talk about what they've got going on. So obviously we'll keep you up to date as we learn more, but very exciting stuff. I mean, there's just on all fronts this UAW strike situation. Very exciting. You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.
Which side are you on?